This is Valorant on expert difficulty. Okay, so right off the bat, they put the stars here. They put the stars here. Kind of like aggressively take space from this side or this side. Tens is just holding here to see if anybody pushes like this. Nobody does. EU is holding the fault line here. And so EU is waiting for Tex to tell him that somebody's coming, and then he's going to fault line like this, which is going to allow Tex to maybe get a pickoff, which he does. And then the fault line comes through, which stops these two players from helping and trading. So super good teamwork from NRG right there. And then these two players have worked their way up here to try and pinch on the site, but Tex is watching this. I don't know if they've heard the noise or not, but generally good coverage from NRG to stop Sentinels from pinching them from the drop area. But now Sentinels is making noise at door. You can see Shazam is up here at door, so the door is opening, and this is distracting these two players and kind of putting their attention towards this side. In response to this, the players in Dish, they come all the way up to be able to peek towards this direction. And as we switch over to their point of view, they're going to be able to see the gun sticking out.
Enemy spotted.
This is so sad for Tex, but you can see the gun sticking out right there. And so then what they do is, because they're a pro team and they're not your ranked teammates, they communicate, okay, there's a guy on this box. 100% there's a guy on this box. You can see that Sentinels has smoked off right here. So this is free, basically, for Shaz to just push in. So he pushes in over here through door and just immediately knows and pre-aims Tex, gets the kill there. So now they know that Breach was on this site somewhere, and they know that the chamber was here, and that's probably all there is because there's no Viper wall, and they have been playing the Jet at B. They put the Viper wall up, eventually just pushes through. They fault line just to double check. They get onto the site. One more little thing here. Zoms, he drops the spike to 6 so that he can put up his ultimate and covers the whole site. But then they actually are going to plant outside of it, which is kind of interesting. So they have to walk through the entire decay area to find the spike, but there's no spike inside the pit. So this is like so many different levels that it's kind of screwing with NRG. They're gonna have to walk through the Viper wall, then they're gonna have to walk into the pit, and they're gonna have to look for the spike. And the spike is not gonna be in the pit, it's actually gonna be outside of the pit. Knowing that NRG has this, right? They put everybody else outside, and they just leave one Viper in upper right here. He's the only person that gets hit by this ultimate. So here comes the ultimate. When they charge in here, there's only one person that's being affected by this. However, NRG, they go ahead and throw up the Astro Wall to cut off people from here. That causes Sentinels to try and push in quickly, which gets caught, and it ends up with Sick getting out-dueled, and then EU out-duels Dapper. So again, just a crazy back and forth round from both of these teams that ends up favoring NRG, but the way that Sentinels played that was so freaking good. They're gonna come up here, they're gonna break this trip. They want Sentinels to have to deal with the shower, or not the shower. They want Sentinels to have to deal with Garage, so they send in the shock dart, kills the trip. Okay, now Sentinels has to worry about Garage pressure. Then they're gonna kind of set up outside here and see if anybody is gonna potentially try and peek out of Garage. So that's what Android is doing here, is he's like, is somebody gonna peek out of Garage because we killed the trip and they're gonna have to come deal with this? The answer is yes, Tens is actually gonna come up and peek. So they trade a few shots and then go their separate ways. At the same time, NRG also wants to explore A. Right? They want Sentinels to, also maybe have to worry about A site. So they send the dart out. The dart clears for Som to walk up to this spot. And Sentinels is afraid that somebody could be doing exactly this thing. So they go ahead and send out the drone. Here's the drone, check C long. And like we said before, Sick gonna follow the drone out because that is good utility usage. You never want to just send a drone out without somebody behind it because it kind of wastes the drone. If the drone is able to take first contact for you and you can get a kill off of it, that is super valuable. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Now, this whole time, Som is like, yo, EU, please kill this drone. And what does EU do? He peeks out, kills the drone, gets traded, but then Som trades sick because teamwork. Now, while this is all happening, NRG is going to explore Garage because now they know that Sentinels is maybe thinking about and paying attention to what's happening at A. So they're going to take Garage after they've killed the Trip and after they've kind of backed out because it's less likely that Sentinels thinks that they're in Garage. So now that they have Garage, this is where the skill component of the game comes in, right? We're going to see Som holding this. He's expecting a jump peek to happen. Android is expecting somebody to maybe check here. Tex is going to explore B site, and I think he even tags Zoms. So they kind of have some idea what's going on. Som hits the crazy shot. That immediately says, oh god, okay, Sentinels is like, we have nobody covering A. We have to go A. So they over-rotate, come through here. Tex exploring B. And this death, actually, it kind of looks bad, and it's not great. But it also kind of sells that they're going A because generally speaking, one person lurking through middle kind of indicates that there's a hit coming A side. Of course, Sentinels then rotates all their players to A, and the combination of Tex dying and the crazy shot from Som opens up C site for NRG to plant. Now, things get even better because now we get to see the Sentinels retake, which is one of the most impressive things that they do. Their retakes are so strong and so powerful. So here's how they do it. They're going to send 10s through first with the Blade Storm into the smoke. And right behind him, look at how clumped they are on the minimap. This is really, really important. If you're retaking, you want to make sure you can trade each other. Look how clumped they are. They all come through together with 10s leading the way. He jumps up and over to check, smokes off both sides because they have the cage and the smoke. So he can check over the box without having to commit too deeply onto the site. Unfortunately, he gets killed there in the smoke, but because they were so close and came out together, they're able to immediately trade out Android. So this is where fundamentals come in. TAC FPS fundamentals, super important. Being able to trade each other like this is very, very important. Now, they have a problem because they know that the other players are very likely in C long, potentially could be in Garage as well, but they also see that there's a star on the spike. Obviously, Astra is a problem. So they're going to go ahead and try and clear out Cubby, and they have to do this pretty quickly because the spike is ticking down. So they can cuss Cubby, and Zoms is peeking to try and find somebody there. Nobody peeks. They go ahead and smoke the spike. Zoms is going to peek out while Dapper holds, and he wins a duel there as Som comes out here. I think actually this into the Cubby duel probably favors the person who is in sight because coming down here is a little bit more difficult to get accurate to shoot like this. So I think that definitely favors Zoms. And Hayes probably should have immediately swung off of that, but instead he's going for the spike diffuser, but he can't see him, so he's missing. And then Zoms realizes that, okay, we're halfway there. The only thing that can ruin this now is if Dapper dies. So what he does is he sprints over and puts his body directly in front of Dapper, and this blocks the bullets from Hazed. And then Hazed readjusts because he doesn't think that Zoms is directly in front of Dapper, and he absorbs just enough damage to the point where Hayes' spray doesn't kill Dapper until the spike is done defusing.